Hello, good afternoon, Cardinians. If you are there, please just write something so I'll know you are here with me. Today I'll be cooking egg masala curry in Indian way. An egg can be cooked in many different ways, but this is one of the yummiest dish and I'm sure you will love it. And do you know that the eggshell is very important and useful for your garden, whoever the garden lovers are, and you can use eggshell in many different ways. Your plant could be saved by crushed eggshell from snails and slugs, and it provides calcium. So we are starting to cook egg masala curry. I'll bring my boiled egg. So today I'll be cooking 8 eggs. So I have boiled them to save time. So first thing what I'm going to be doing before I start to peel these eggs, we will get the onions ready. So we'll start cutting the onions. So if anybody is going to cook with me? I need a bag. So because I'm cooking 8 eggs, so medium size 2 onions is enough. We have to make paste out of 1 onion and another onion to go and fry first in the oil. So let's cut them. And it doesn't really matter how you chop the onion, as long as it's not very big chunk pieces, it should do the job. Hi Haika, thank you. So maybe next time not necessarily next time, whenever you're doing, you can put the Bangladeshi dress that you have. So I'll just give it a wash. And turn the stove on to medium heat. And pour some oil, about 1.5 tablespoons. So while the oil is getting heated, I'm gonna chop my onions. And as I said, it doesn't really matter how you cut your onions, as long as it's thin. So look at mine. That's how I'm doing it, and you can just throw them in your pan. So there goes 1 onion. Now I'll show you a trick about peeling your eggs easily if you don't know yet, or if you already don't know yet. So get all your eggs in a bowl or in a pan. You can cover them with the lid and then just give it a shake. And peeling eggs is now very easy. And this eggshell will be going into my garden. See, it's easy. So I'm putting the peeled egg in a bowl because I'll give them a wash. So it's separated from the eggshell. Hi Mel. that's okay, Haika. Then keep it for some special occasion. Maybe you can wear the one I'm wearing today. One day. So today, Haika knows I've been gardening. I'm making some new beds and replacing the old ones. I was really busy. I came 15 minutes ago and rushed to get myself ready to come and cook with you. So the onion is getting cooked and sauteed. It just started. So that gives me plenty of time to peel my eggs. Normally I cook about a dozen to 1.5 dozen eggs because everybody loves it. And you can keep this meal in, you can like refrigerate it, and it could last about 5 to 7 days. So this is something you can prepare in advance for a week time as well. And I can bet you won't get bored with this meal or recipe. It's hi Leonie, this is no this is just 700 gram eggs. Haika, are you cooking with your tofu or potato or pumpkin as you said earlier? Hi Leonie, I am making egg masala curry. No, not Scotch eggs. So eggs are peeled. I'll give it a wash. Ready. So eggs ready. My onion is getting cooked. So you want it to be lightly golden brown golden color, the onion. So while this is getting cooked, I'm going to be preparing my paste. So remember, I'm using 8 eggs, that's why 2 medium-sized onion. With one, I am going to be making some paste. And that's your secret about this recipe. That's the main secret, to make this paste. Sure, Leonie, watch me today, and if you like it, then next time you can cook and let me know how did it go, or if your family liked it. So here is my onion ready. Because I'm going to make a paste, just cut it coarsely, really, it doesn't matter. So this chunks is fine. I'll be using a grater. That's all cut. Okay. So this is my NutriBullet. It is very handy for my cooking. So there goes this one onion, and I'm going to be adding some garlics and ginger. I have told all of you who watched me last week that because we use a lot of garlic and ginger fresh, we don't buy the paste, So what I do when it's in season, I buy bulk and keep them freeze them, so they're fresh. And if you're making pesto, it doesn't really matter if it's frozen or not. I'll grab them. Yeah, there's my. So with 8 eggs, it's about this size garlic cloves. So about 4 or 5 goes in. So don't forget to stir your onion occasionally, otherwise it will burn in the bottom. So a very little, like small chunk of ginger is fine. That's all. Because it's all dry, we're gonna be adding some water. About 1/2 tablespoon water. Okay. My paste is done and ready for cooking. I'll move the onion in. Another trick, if you want to saute your onion quickly, you can add some salt. That's what I'm going to be doing now. And this is important to have that best taste from your egg curry masala. You need this fried onion. Now I'm going to be adding a small bay leaf. This is a fresh bay leaf from my tree. Goes in. And now I'm going to add, because my onions are nearly getting ready, I'll show you the color. So that's how you, like when it's half brown, half white, so it's getting ready. So this is when you need to add your garam masala. But what I do, I actually make my garam masala at home. So this is cardamom powder, because this is always better than you buying the shop bought one. This is actually shop bought garam masala. I have tried it a few times, but I didn't like it, so I'm always using my homemade one. This is cinnamon. So if you fry your garam masala with oil first before adding other spices, the aroma you will get, that is divine. So I can't tell you how nice it's smelling now, really. So the onions are pretty much done. Now what is going to happen? Remember these eggs? Now we need some color on the egg, so it's going in. And I try to use same pot. Some people could have do this egg on a different pan, but it really doesn't need to be. So there's my eggs going in, and now you fry with the onion. So while your eggs getting some color, the onion will be doing the rest of it. So you know, when you need completely brown or golden onion. This is about 80% done. Now while the eggs getting roasted or tossed, the other 20% will be done now. Do you have any question, anybody? Hi Santi, how are you? Have you ever tried this egg masala curry with coconut cream, Santi? Leonie, with your question, I don't really peel ginger. I give it a very good wash and then use a spoon to give a coarse cleaning, but mostly I use the skin. You can keep more than 6 months in like if you freeze it, and it still stays as fresh as you pick from your garden. Okay. So I'll show you now. So see, the eggs got some golden color, can you see? And to get a bit more color, you can add a bit of turmeric powder. So that will give you more goldenish color in the egg. So it's pretty much done. I'll show you the color. And you won't be getting any turmeric smell because it's all getting cooked with this onion and oil. So look at the color of the eggs. Okay. So now I am going to add my paste that we just made earlier. So all going in. Because it's all fresh spices, ginger, garlic and onion, so we need to roast it. The spice needs to be cooked for 5 minutes. This time you can turn your heat between medium to high. I'm going to be adding the other spices. So now we are putting the chili powder, 1 teaspoon, and the chili especially and salt should be up to like how you taste, like it's based on your taste. So if you want it to be hot, this is not going to be a hot curry, but you could make it and by adding more chilies. Now I am adding the cumin powder, and these are all homemade spices. So I buy these seeds and then lightly roast them and then grind them. And this is coriander powder, and that's all. So now look, because after adding all these spices it's getting thicker, and what I'm going to be doing, putting some water, then put the lid back on, give it a good shake. So all your spices are getting used. You need that water for your spices to be cooked up. So remember, we didn't add our hero ingredients yet, which is coconut cream. So we're gonna be adding this later. Yes, Leonie, and after putting this effort, I feel good. And whenever, whoever, my friends, my family tries my food, they all love it, which gives me a lot of pleasure. So we need a lid. I'll get the lid out. Getting ready. Some of you might have a question that you didn't see me adding any salt. Remember when I was sauteing my onions, I have added salt, but I'm sure I'll need some more. I will add that extra bit after I test. I can smell the aroma. So this is how it's going. So you need to roast a little bit longer. Now your heat could be pretty much close to high this time because we really need the water to be evaporating gone. So we don't need the water. And sometimes you might think that's why we're adding water in the spices and then we need to get rid of the water. And that's the process, gives you taste really. It's all about how you cook in your spices. Another thing, like you can eat this way, you can keep this gravy very watery sort of gravy as well. You can add vegetable with this cooking, but if you're adding vegetable, you can't really add the coconut bit. But I can't really say you can't. If you add, that will give you a texture. I personally don't like vegetable with my eggs when I'm adding the coconut milk. But you could add green bananas with it, potatoes, pumpkins, tofu, a lot of things with it. Okay, so now the water is gone and I am going to pour my coconut milk. Again, this is, well, it's how many, it's probably, 250, can't see it. So I've got about this much cream in here. I have used it before. So what I do when I open it, I again freeze them so it stays really fresh. That is why I'm giving it a stir. And let's see, measure 1 tablespoon, 2, 3, and 4. 4 tablespoons of coconut cream. So give it a mix. So now we need to cook and mix this coconut milk with the whole thing, the eggs and spices. So we need to add a little bit of water. Maybe another 2 tablespoons. Of water going in, and I can show you how this is all looking. So that's how it's looking. Now we have to add a little bit of sugar. This is 1 small teaspoon really, so 1.5. And it's time for me to add some fresh green chili, which again I'll get from my freezer. So these fresh chilies are from my garden, so I'm getting this size, 5 of them. As I said, this is totally depending on your taste. If you want it hot, add more. If you don't want it hot, test it, and then based on that add it. So I'll give it a wash. You know, green chilies are very expensive in Australia. It's about like, in winter it gets up to between $40 to $50 per kilo. And we love fresh chili, so what I do, and I've got lots of chili plant, so I just freeze them. And they stays as fresh as it can be, that you're picking up from your trees. So adding this fresh chili towards the end of your cooking will give you an aroma again, and then it's not going to be too spicy, too hot. That's what I wanted to say, not too spicy. Okay, what we need to do now, test. Little bit of salt, half teaspoon, but it's how you want it. So this time it's really coming to thick, like it's very thick gravy. And when I tested, I could test the sugar because it didn't melt really, so we're gonna be adding a bit more of water. After adding the water, put the lid on and let it cook. Put the heat in the medium. Yes, coconut cream. You can use coconut cream or coconut milk. It doesn't really make any much difference. Yes, I have used coconut cream, Coles brand. So I'll put my spices back because my job is done here. Yes, Haika, there was a little bit of sugar. 1 teaspoon is enough, but it depends. If you want it to balance, you could put less sugar or maybe a bit more. So the cooking is nearly done. I'll show you. Smell is telling me that it's done. It's a bit runny now because of steam. So I'm going to be cooking for another 2-3 minutes in high heat to absorb some of the liquid. But if you want to keep this way, that's perfectly all right. If you want to like dip in your bread in this curry juice, that's absolutely fine as well. But if you're gonna be wanting to try this curry with rice, so I'd recommend that the gravy should be really very thick, like a jelly, so it will stick with the eggs. That's the outcome we want. So guys, I don't know how many of you know that I'm a Muslim. So I'm a Muslim and Ramadan is starting from tomorrow. So if there is any Muslim people, happy Ramadan to you. But apart from Muslim, happy Ramadan to all of you. And I hope and I pray that no matter who we believe in as our God will protect us and look after us. And will give us the strength and faith to do the right things. Yep, with the sugar, the spices and coconut cream, all this texture is very good. Haika, you can actually try it tomorrow. I'll bring for you. This could be your lunch. Yep, it's getting ready. So now you can actually turn these off and I will show you. This is how it looks. So that's all for today, and bye from me till next week. Take care.